If you are looking for adventure, come to the Pickard Theater on the campus of Bowdoin College and see Maine State Music Theater's production of Treasure Island. So you probably read the book many, many years ago, so I'll give you just a quick, brief recap. Jim Hawkins is our hero. He has lost his father at the beginning of the book, and in the course of trying to move on with life, they discover that one of the people that lives at the Admiral Benbow Inn with Jim Hawkins and his mother happens to have been a pirate. And as that person dies, he gives Jim a treasure map. So Jim and a couple of patrons go on a sea voyage to find that treasure. And what happens after they get there is pretty exciting because of Mr. Long John Silver, whom they hired to be their cook, but in reality he is a pirate. So the young man playing Jim Hawkins, our hero, his name is Michael William Nigro, and he's a special young man. He has a voice from the gods, and his heart is so pure and true. It's a blessing to watch him do the show every day. Two particularly juicy roles in Treasure Island are Squire Trelawney and Dr. Livesey. And again, we have the same actors that did the show in September for us at the Fulton Theater playing those roles here. And they are so fun to watch. They're the odd couple is what they are, and it's a blast to watch them. The Squire is fun and bubbly and buoyant and loves his fancy costumes, and Dr. Livesey is more rigid and stern and strict and considers himself very responsible for young Jim Hawkins' safety. And the two of them together, Squire and Doctor, are they're very fun. The banter back and forth is very fun. So one of the hardest parts of this show is the fights. The fights have to be there. They exist in the book. The deaths, all of the sword play, the weaponry, it's all very difficult for Maine State Music Theater in that we don't normally do that. So we've had to enlist a number of people to help us. We have a fight choreographer, Joe Travers, who is here overseeing all of the fights, all of the weaponry, and it's all very authentic and true to the time period. My favorite scene in Treasure Island is a scene toward the end of Act 1 where Jim Hawkins is on deck with Long John Silver. In a seemingly simple setting, they're cooking because Long John Silver poses as the cook on the ship to get passage, and Jim Hawkins is helping him with the scene. And throughout the scene, Long John is trying to pry information out of Jim Hawkins, and it works. But in the process, Long John doesn't realize Jim Hawkins is prying information out of him too. In Act 2, the audience will feel like they are on a tropical island. Oh, when Act 2 starts, it's just so much fun. When the lights come up, the audience is like, first of all, it's a completely different setting than Act 1. So that's always fun for an audience to go, oh, we're in a different place. But this time, they're not only in a different place, it is a fully realized tropical island. And then throughout Act 2, they're going to be treated to different versions of that island. Since this is the East Coast premiere of the show, and there is no recording currently of the show, people aren't going to know the music. I think that's exciting. I don't know when the last time you've done that, gone to a show that you don't know what's going to happen next is, but I can tell you, it's one of my favorite things in the world. The music is lush, sweeping, full, rich, melodic, and come see it.